so we are coming up to the end of our school year here. We are finishing hopefully in early May. So because of that, I just kind of kept our morning basket the same for March and April. And because you're likely seeing this video in April or the very end of March, I'm just gonna show you a combination of our spring morning basket. And I'm not gonna change it out again for May because it'll be literally the last couple of weeks of school. And then I will show you our bookshelf, but I'll also show you the titles that I plan to swap when I swap our Easter out for our Earth Day books. So let's get started. Okay, so a lot of these things you guys saw last month again, but I'll just go through those quickly. So I've got my day book, morning exercises for all the year in here. We've got Story of the World, as always. And right now we are on the banks of Plum Creek. So we've got all those, all the regulars going on in here. Also, their Picture Smart Bible is in here. If you want a little bit more in depth of these books, you can watch some of the other morning basket videos. Their clipboards are in here. As always, they've got some different, their Bible study pages, their coloring pages, their chores, etc. This month I have the kids some new workbooks because they all finished theirs last month. So Bella has the Create Your Own Boutique. So this is hers pieced together. I'll put a link for these workbooks down below. So she, you know, went through and cut it out and created it. Whoa, I just lost a lot there. And so now she's working on, I believe, the design of, yeah, some shoe design. And then the boys have this Usborne Little Children's Dinosaur Activity Book. This is very similar to the Knights and Castles activity book that Jessie was doing. So you've just got a bunch of different puzzles. It's not just all mazes or not just all picture puzzles. It's just really fun for them. My boys are 4 and 6, and these are both, they're both great. This is great for both of their ages. So that's what they're working on right now. They both have one. I have this Beatrix Potter Complete Tales. What am I trying to say? Peter Rabbit Complete Collection is on super sale on Audible. So if I can find that, I will also put that on the link below. I think it's like $1.99. So I have the kids doing this on the days that I'm not reading Plum Creek to them, or if they don't want to do their activity books, I'll put this on while I'm getting ready or nursing the baby and haven't sat down to school yet. And while they're reading that, if they'd like to, I have cycled these coloring books back in. They only got a few pages in before I cycled them out last time. I just like to keep it fresh and new. So they've got the Bird Watchers, Baby Animals, and Snakes of the World nature coloring books. I have our handwriting in here. I have our hymn study in here. Isabella, I'm having her do some more written narration now instead of just oral narration on occasion, depending on what we're reading. Because we do so much that we need them to narrate. We do, you know, Story of the World and all of our read alouds and our poetry and our, we're just constantly reading. So I have them do a lot of narration. So on occasion, I will have her do a short written narration, kind of warming up to the idea. And a couple days a week right now, we are doing one of these 2 books for our virtues, our character study, if you will. And then I have this. I have cycled out the Hungry Planet and Material World for a little while, so I've switched to this Lift the Flap Picture Atlas to kind of solidify their map drill. We're almost done with Europe now that the school year is almost done, and so they are just having a good time going through and lifting all the different flaps on the Europe page and just enjoying their map drill a little more with a different little twist there. So they've got that. And then instead of doing a nature book right now, we are doing the human body. Now they all became very interested because they heard me talking about possibly doing anatomy next school year, so suddenly they started pulling these books off the shelf. So I just decided to go with it and put this in our morning basket for our science. So I have the, what is this, Big Book of the Body in here. This has a bunch of different pages that fold out really far like that. I don't think you can see it. So I have three anatomy books. I have this one, I have this Explore the Human Body book that they're enjoying as well. And then I also have the Shine a Light on the Human Body, which is just, you shine the flashlight behind it and it'll show up on the page. So because I have the 3 kids who are sitting there for the morning basket, I just give them each a few minutes with each book, and then we cycle round and round and round until they all have gotten a few minutes with each science book. And then just a couple more things in here. I know I shared last month that I was gonna switch gumballs into our school, and so we have switched out blue ribbons for now, and we're doing gumballs, and as you can see, they're doing very well. It's been great motivation. And then last but not least, oh, I have 2 more things in here, okay. I have shared these on my favorites before, but these are, I think they're by Learning Resources, but I might be mistaken. These are just dice that help with storytelling, remembering the story. So is the story fiction or nonfiction? Summarize the story. Choose a problem in the story. How could this problem have been avoided? How does the story relate to your life? We will pull from here if their narration is getting a little bit stuck. Oftentimes they're just tired of narrating the story, especially like the Little House on the Prairie series. They're coming across some very similar problems, so sometimes they can't remember if that was last chapter or this chapter, and so these help along with that. Did I show the gumballs? I think I showed the gumballs. Oh, and then I have added this in, which we haven't gotten to much, but I will put a link below for this. These are the Lego Building Challenge cards. There are like 200 of them, but I've only cut out a few to put in here for now. They can do Lego or they can do Play-Doh for this. And this is what I do on occasion instead of their workbooks right now. So use only orange bricks, use only blue bricks, make a way to carry an egg, make a habitat for an animal. It's just a fun way to change up and get a break in between either before we do workbooks or in between books that we're reading. So if I'm reading history, I don't want to switch right to our read aloud, just give them a little break there. So those are fun challenge cards there as well. And now I will show you our bookshelf. Here's what's going down on our bookshelves right now. We've got just a bunch of different fishing books from the library. We're on the fish chapter in Swimming Creatures. So this big book is just like the big book of the human body where it's got just humongous pages. So Eli is especially fond of this book right now. So we've got that up there. Next week we're on sharks, and I know they're gonna freak out. So I've got a ton of shark books, I cannot wait. We're also wrapping up our study on owl moon. So I've got, let me flip that over. I've got the baby owls book here, the barn owls, and then all about owls. And again, I try to have 3 books to cycle around so that they all have a book to grab. And then here is our Easter shelf. So I've got a whole mix and match here. Some are just like, you know, traditional Easter themes. So we've just got like storybooks and bunnies and so forth and so on. So we've got some really great books here. And then also some of the more religious Easter books. We have The Legend of the Easter Egg, The Berenstain Bears Easter Story. Oh, we've got Peter Rabbit. We've got a lot of Peter Rabbit going on right now because they're reading that Beatrix Potter series and it happens to be Easter time. And then this Jesus Story and Jesus and Me is a really great book. I'll also leave a link below for that. And then last but not least, okay, and then last but not least, I have just the books they're reading right now. So I don't even really know what's down here. Oh, these are dinosaur jokes, Lift the Flap dinosaur jokes. So that's there. Little Prairie House because they are loving the Little House series. This is so cute. My father-in-law got this for Annabeth because it's March Madness. So she's got her very first basketball book. The Touchy Feely Animals book I may have showed you last month, but this is one that Annabeth is really, really liking right now, and she'll actually sit through the whole book. And then this is new. I just got them this, The Wonders of the USA Shine a Light book. And again, it is, let's see if I can, this flashlight might be here. In a classroom, children are learning about the United States. What do you think the teacher is showing them? And you shine the light back there and you see the White House, what's happening in the White House today. You can see all the people inside. Who's looking at Mount Rushmore. So interactive, really fun. They're fighting over our new Shine the Light books every time we get one. So I have to have a lot of them out at a time. So we've got that, and I will show you when I cycle out the Easter stories. I will be putting in some books for Earth Day, and I'll show you real quick what those are because I have them sitting to the side here. So I've got these Adventures of Charlie Pierce. These are books for Floridians. So The Last Egret in the American Jungle. Have The Giving Tree, which is a classic. The Night Gardener is a great book for Earth Day. The Carrot Seed for Mr. Eli. The Bee Tree. And of course, the Lorax, because you can't get through April without reading the Lorax. So that's what we've got going on in our basket and our bookshelves right now. Like I said, I will leave links below to the books that I can find. So let me know what's going on in your morning basket if you have some fun new things here for the spring, and I'll see you later. Bye.